The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the Morning Crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
I almost missed hitting the intro there because Kenzie and I were talking about skirt steaks during that Rise Against
We were
song.
literally talking about food we ate this weekend, and then there was just dead air.
Like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Talking about eating some enchiladas at a new Mexican place I went to in my neighborhood, and they came out with the skirt steak. Like, I thought the skirt steak was going to be chopped up and shredded in the enchiladas. Instead, it was a full, delicious skirt steak and the enchiladas. So I kind of put them
together. Baby.
Oh, it was good and thick, and I got to cut it and make it all together and mush it together, and it was so good. And I'm so bloated today. I am bloated. I ate so much this weekend.
It's like Brian's time of the month. All I've had to hear about for an hour is how bloated he feels.
Well, when you have friends in town and you go out to eat everywhere, that's why Chicago's the best city. I don't care if you live in Schaumburg or Aurora or Chicago Heights or in the city. There's awesome food here all the way through. Or even going to Indiana, go northwest Indiana. Lots of great food places to take people to out of town. And I always eat and drink more. And that was from the moment we left the show after getting Famous Dave's. When Famous Dave came in here, your boy.
I know. Did you see that he left a cookbook here that's signed?
No, what is that?
Look at this. I came in and it was on my chair. So I left early, right after we talked to Famous Dave on Friday at 9. Then I left to go to Windy City Weekend, right? And I guess he left this signed cookbook here for me.
So cool. Maybe you saw Kenzie on TV on Friday on Windy City Live. Maybe you saw it. That was looking very good. Good job.
Thank you.
You did great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you watch? I saw Harper watched.
I got to be honest.
Your baby watched. You didn't.
I saw the Instagram video of Harper watching it. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet because I DVR'd it. Haven't had a chance.
Haven't had a chance. No.
It's been a long weekend.
Just
I'm
don't
guessing.
watch it now. Now it's stupid.
It's already dated 3 days later.
Yeah.
I can't watch it. I can't watch it Monday.
Today?
Yeah,
That would be
today.
today. You watch it today?
I can't.
Don't do it. It's
Okay.
just stupid. It's
Well,
a waste of time now.
Other thing you might want to look for online with Kenzie. What a time we had up in Highland Park on Saturday with Billy Corgan's wrestling event, the charity wrestling event for Cooper. Up there, the Highland Park tragic shooting event, but Billy Corgan arranged an NWA wrestling event to benefit him and the family, and Kenzie was a manager of a wrestling tag team match. Actually, your tag team duo, they were the best.
It was the best show of all the fights. There was, I think 10 fights maybe?
10 matches. There was 3 hours. It was so cool at the Highland Park Rec Center. Billy Corgan just kind of walking around, just having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Directing the event. It was really, really cool. So the next one that comes around, make sure you go hit it up.
It was super fun. And all my girls, they just totally kicked ass. They were awesome.
Your girls, like I said, they went at it, and I was floored.
Yeah.
And what I was witnessing in the ring.
It was better than a lot of all the guy fights. It really was.
They did a great job.
It was really a cool experience, and the manager got up in there, got in some faces. Hello.
I was shocked because Kenzie made it sound like she was just going to walk out, smile and wave. She was pounding on the mat, pounding on the ring ropes. Actually got in the ring. And I said, did she lie to us and she actually is going to powerbomb somebody? I wasn't sure. At one point, I thought, oh, my God. Now, you didn't, but you still got
restrain myself.
Very animated.
I'm
very
a manager.
animated.
I'm professional.
That's right. You're very professional. And now a part of the NWA with Billy Corgan. And what an event it was. You can still look for donations, ways to do that on the website, too, and help out people that bought merch. And there's some funny stories that went along with it that we'll get to a little later on in the show.
Oh, my God.
I could just get this out right now.
What?
What happened with the guitar?
You're an idiot.
I am an idiot because at one point, Billy Corgan auctioned off a 12-string Taylor acoustic guitar, which my guitar heads out there know that's a high-quality brand, an expensive guitar, probably worth several $1,000s on its own. Billy signed it, and he played it in concert. So the announcer said it was worth about $30,000.
That was hilarious. So this announcer, I think one of them, because there was one announcer who was doing the matches that was good, and then there was an announcer during intermission, and I think he was wasted. He was a mess. Maybe it was his shtick to like be a mess. I don't know.
Could have been.
I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and say that that's what he was going for.
Yeah.
But the first time he said Billy Corgan played this guitar in front of 30,000 people, which is accurate. The second go around of that sentence was that the guitar is now worth $30,000, which is incredibly inaccurate. It's worth plenty of money.
Oh, it was worth thousands just as the value of the guitar alone, and with Billy's autograph and played live.
It's not worth $30,000.
It could be some. You know what? It's worth what someone's willing to pay, and there might be some crazy rich Pumpkins fan that would pay that for it. But I bought raffle tickets. I'm sitting there going, you know what? The raffle tickets benefit Cooper. I'm going to go buy some. And Case, the producer, was trying to get me to buy 100 tickets. And I wasn't sure I saw too many people going up there to buy the raffle tickets. I thought, I just sat there alone for about 5 minutes and didn't make any sound. I was having a panic attack in Case, the producer, was next to me because Kenzie was busy getting ready for her match.
Yep.
Saying, you know, what's going on? I go, what happens if I win this guitar? And he goes, well, of course you won't accept it. You'll donate it back or give it to Cooper or the charity and have somebody else win it. I go, I know, but I want it. I want it really, really bad. And I started having these visions of actually winning the guitar, walking up in front of the people at the rec center, and then just taking it and leaving, and then people booing me on the way out for winning. Rightfully so, you know, legitimately winning, but not being able to do the right thing morally.
What you should have done is you should have brought Harper, because the guy who did win walked up with like his 2-year-old son. And like, your 2-year-old son doesn't want that. Don't act like.
Yeah.
But he brought him up with him.
Sure,
It looks like that. The issue with the raffle is that it puts you in the raffle for everything. There's like 5 things. And one was like a kid's toy basket, which is what I wanted you to walk away with one of the kids' prizes so bad. As an adult, there's so many kids that wanted these massive toy baskets. I was like, this is going to be incredible because that's what you're going to win.
It was a very confusing, disturbing situation. It should have just been fun in that moment, but instead I was worried that if I got the guitar, I couldn't give it up because I wanted it so bad.
I think it would have been fine if you didn't give up the guitar.
You know how bad a look that would have been if I'd gotten the guitar and then just took it back to the seat and sat down, and Cooper's there, the benefit charity show, and all the other people there that came there, and all of a sudden this a-hole who's from Q101 wins. It wouldn't have been good.
The Q101 thing wouldn't have looked great.
No, wouldn't look good.
You give it to Case.
No. Thank God I didn't win.
There you go. You just helped Cooper. You just donated.
But you can win today because coming up with Brian and Kenzie, 7:20, Clash with Kenzie, Renaissance Fair tickets. We're going to be there on Saturday. And also at 9, picnic tickets for the Puppy Pit with Bad Flower, too. One of the most popular things we do with Picnic. Not only tickets to the show, but the Puppy Pit.
Well, I had to clarify because you said Puppy Pit earlier. And I'm like, is this a band I've never heard of? No. It is a large area with puppies. Yeah. Literally.
This will be Kenzie's first picnic, so she's super stoked about it for a lot of ways.
And there's going to be puppies.
Puppies!
I didn't see that coming.
That's at 9 a.m.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
6:23 and coming up with Brian and Kenzie with a fact that makes your brain go. I don't want you to Google this, okay? I know sometimes with the facts you have a little bit of time before we give it to you at 6:30, but I really want an honest assessment of how many crew members know this fact at 312-591-8300. Text in. If you know that Twix, the candy bar, it actually stands for something. It's not just a fun name like Twix.
Is it an acronym, like each letter?
Not exactly, but kind of. Does that make sense? Like the letters mean something. Not every letter.
I feel like is it an acronym is a yes or no question,
well,
personally.
An acronym is that every single letter means something. Is that what an acronym is?
Yes, each letter stands for something.
Okay, it's not that, but
like
the letters.
The NAACP.
What does that mean?
Well, they all stand for something.
I'm saying is
National Association. Something.
Yeah, we don't want to go there. But not every letter exactly means something, but they all are related. Put together, it means something. It stands for something. Twix. Don't Google it. Text us so we can find out at 312-591-8300 because I think it'll blow your mind when you find out exactly what it means.
It better be good. If I find out this is a full-blown acronym and you just lied to me.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to leave because I'm super sleepy.
You're going to leave.
You do the rest of the show by yourself, you liar.
Right. Stay here at 6:30.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, time for a fact that makes your brain go. And I know it will now because according to the text line, nobody knows what Twix stands for, the candy bar Twix. A lot of guesses. And thank you for not just Googling it and looking it up because I can give it to you right now. As Kenzie thought it's an acronym where each word, each letter means a word. It's not that. But someone actually tweeted out of nowhere, I heard Twix, and they tagged Twix in the tweet, is short for Twin Biscuit Sticks. Twix, Twin Biscuit Sticks. And can you confirm or deny? Well, Twix got back to him and said, no, but you're close. Twix stands for Twin Sticks. The candy bar, Twin Sticks.
I can see that. I think a few people guessed that one.
But I just thought Twix was a fun name.
Twix.
Yeah, because they're great.
Somebody thought it was Betwixt, which is cute, like because they're like the cookie and the caramels all together. Like I could see it. I thought everyone's guess was good. I'm like, oh, that must be it.
Do you like Twix?
Yeah.
It's a meal. Twix is like some candy bars.
A meal
with the cookie inside, the caramel and the chocolate. You get all the food groups, and it fills you up nicely.
You think that's all the food groups?
It's all the main ones.
Okay.
It's all the main ones.
Is that what you think?
Because seriously, a Twix can fill you up for a couple hours, whereas, I don't know, like a $100,000 bar, just, maybe 20 minutes. You know what I mean? What's your favorite candy bar, Kenzie?
My favorite candy bar, I love $100,000.
Yeah, that's what I meant. What did I say, $100,000 bar?
Yeah, that's fine. But $100,000 is like one of my absolute favorites.
It's underrated.
So good. And it's mainly caramel, which I like, because I really like Milky Way too, but they've gotten a little nougat heavy in the past few years. I don't know if you noticed that.
I like Milky Way. Thank you for saying that. You hate Snickers though, right?
No, I don't hate Snickers.
Well, you should never have nuts in a candy bar. It's stupid.
Well, I disagree.
Yeah.
Because I also like Almond Joy.
Oh, never mind.
Like
I thought we were on the same path here. We're off.
$100,000's my favorite.
Yeah.
And I do like Milky Way, but again, I feel like they're skimping because I'm sure caramel's more expensive than nougat. That's my theory. And they've really started pounding in the nougat lately. And I'm like, I got like a drop of caramel.
I wonder if you get off candy bars, if some people get off meat when they see how the butcher cuts the meat, how it all goes through the back and everything. What is nougat? Like, how do they make nougat? If you saw what nougat would look like being made. I think
it's just more of like a fluff, like.
Yeah, it's delicious though.
Mix up.
I used to take my Three Musketeers and eat the chocolate on the outside and then just have a nougat like log. A nougat log.
I'm not crazy about nougat. Again, I feel like it's a little more bland. It doesn't offer everything I'm looking for. And Milky Way, it's treading on Three Musketeers territory. I'm like, where is my caramel?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Every once in a while, it gets a little skimpy.
Well, shrinkflation.
I like frozen Reese's cups. They have to be frozen.
Thank you.
It's very important.
We are alike in the candy world more than I thought.
Really?
Megan hates me. I put Reese's peanut butter cups in the fridge as soon as we get them.
Oh, absolutely. I actually put all candy bars in the fridge and then a select few in the freezer.
For later or just if you take them a little bit on the road?
No, like do Reese's in the freezer is actually better.
The peanut butter cups?
Yeah, it's a little crunchier.
Is it too hard though for your teeth?
No. See, caramel really hardens up.
Yeah.
Milky Way has to be in a fridge. You can't be in a freezer. Reese's still soft enough to bite in a freezer. You text me, let me know what candy bar you want to put in the freezer or fridge. I'll let you know if it's going to get too hard.
Do you all have these rules?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you all have these rules of candy? Let us know here at 312-591-8300. But yeah, just so you know, Twix means something. It's not just a fun little clever name. Twix means Twin Sticks.
So if you have like sons who are twins, would you call them Twixes?
I wouldn't. But I mean, somebody out there would, Twin Sticks, it's dinner time. Come
Twix.
on. Twin Sticks, clean up your rooms. It sounds a little weird.
Oh, well, you'd call them Twix.
Twix. Yeah.
That's what you'd call them.
Yeah, not Twin Sticks. Twix.
You wouldn't call them Twix. That you wouldn't call them.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I got confused. There's a fact. Enjoy your Twix today. It's a meal. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We will have tickets to Picnic headlined by Incubus, 9 a.m. Put it on your phone right now because not only you get tickets to Picnic, you will be in the puppy pit with Bad Flower.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, we just talked about in today's fact with Brian and Kenzie on Q101 that Twix means twin sticks. Didn't know that. Now you'll stay with you the rest of the day. Share it with someone. You'll be smart. And then we talked about putting candy bars in the fridge, freezer, whichever you do, what your MO is. But 815 brought up a good question because I can't believe we agree that putting candy bars in the fridge is just, it should be a no-brainer. It should be what it is. But
I'll just be bummed. I can barely buy candy out of a vending machine because I'm like, it's not.
it just tastes like it's going to be runny, you know?
That's
like,
a disgusting analogy.
like runny chocolate.
I
And
feel repulsed.
But 815 has brought a good point. Butterfinger, because it's already hard in the freezer. You put that in there because could you bite into that?
You can, because it doesn't get as tough as caramel does. Caramel's the one that you don't want in the freezer. It's really hard to get through. So you can, but I personally would put it in the fridge because it's still like it almost gets like to toffee level.
I mean, Butterfinger might be the only thing I don't want cold.
You don't want it cold at all?
Not at all. I can go out. It can be runny chocolate on the outside of that hard stuff.
Please stop saying that. It's very disgusting.
All right, we'll move on to an update from the Britney Spears situation. On Friday, we talked about it, where Victor Wembanyama, the rookie NBA player, claims that Britney really claims that security guards smacked her in the face, knocked her over, when she just wanted to say hi and tapped him on the shoulder. She recognized him. He's going to be a huge NBA superstar. He's not yet. I mean, he's a rookie. He's like 18, 19 years old. Guy's 7'5". It's kind of wild. Here was the eyewitness account of what happened last week.
When Wemby and his entourage were heading into the restaurant, there was a fan who afterwards we found out was Britney Spears, was approaching him with a British accent, saying, "Excuse me, sir, excuse me, sir," and just kept trying to go towards him. That's when Britney sort of infiltrated her way into this circle and started to put her hand on his back shoulder or his back, because he's pretty tall, so towards his back. And then that's when the bodyguard just turned around, slapped her across the face, and knocked off her sunglasses.
Okay, that's what the eyewitness account was, what happened. Now, Britney says she was hit in the face. Now it turns out they looked at a whole bunch of video. No charges will be filed because Britney did go report it to the police in Vegas where this happened. And they looked at all the video. Now, I don't know if she just decided not to press charges, but it appears that she was kind of pushed her arm away from him when she reached out to touch him. And then her arm hit herself in the face and knocked her glasses off.
I don't know if that should count, though. Like, it's not if you grab someone's arm and hit them over and over again. like, it's really like a stop hitting yourself. It's your fault.
I didn't picture the guy grabbing her elbow and slapping her with her hand across her face.
Like back and
God,
forth.
my brother used to do that all the time. Oh, why are you hitting yourself in the face?
Yeah. And then to be like, oh, that's your fault.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have done it. I don't know.
It's still a bad deal. It's still a bad situation. You know, a little blonde girl comes up to a 7'5" guy and try to touch him on the shoulder. I don't think you push her away so hard. They claim they didn't know it was Britney Spears. But then again, also today, on the other side of it, there's too many crazy people out there that have a knife or a gun.
You shouldn't touch anybody unless, like, you know that it's okay. You should never run up on somebody and touch them. Obviously, they didn't know each other, wasn't his best friend or anything. So you shouldn't do that. But the punishment should not be to get smacked in the face. Like,
no.
It was very innocent.
It was very whatever.
I watched the video a ton of times, and every time I watched, I'm like, no, that is his hand. No, that is her hand.
Yeah.
No, I'm still not convinced it wasn't her. I think her hand went up. But I still feel like I see his hand come through.
Still through?
It's really tough based off the video. Every time I watch it, I'm like, oh, it was his. Oh, it was hers. So I just wish he'd be nice and apologize and say he wish it didn't happen. He kind of hasn't had the best response to it.
Yeah, he's very nonchalant about it. I mean, he's
like, I didn't know.
I didn't know what was going on. I was walking away already by the time it happened or whatever. But your security guard has to be better, obviously.
Right. If something like that happened to me, where somebody in my crew did something to somebody, I'd be like, that bums me out, though. Like, it was an accident. I wasn't aware of it till later, but super sorry that she got smacked in the face when she just wanted a picture. I would feel the need to say something like that.
It'd be kind of weird not to walk around with security guards all the time. You know what I mean? Wherever you go. And the situation of, you don't think your security guards are grabbing an alley and beat the hell out of them if someone comes near you? You see that a lot of artists have these people that will do that. You know what I mean? Like a squad of people that will really go at somebody.
You know whose security guards, this is like a hot take, but
Oh,
you know
boy.
whose security guards were the absolute meanest to me is when I lived in Florida.
Okay.
And they were heinous, the entire crew. And I like this artist, so it's not that. But Chance the Rapper's people were horrible.
How's
we were
that?
in Tampa, and there was a show, and he asked for no one to be in the hallway when he got there. And there was other artists on the show, like Picnic, where you have like a bunch. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think we can tell the other artists they're not allowed to be in the hallway like some of them are performing. And then I was like, there was a lot of space in between us. Like, I would love to give a visual, but people are in their cars. So think of like the other car in front of you. And
Like, so
you
pretty
and your
far.
car.
You weren't like
We
right
were
next to
very
him.
far away. And I was supposed to do the stage announcement,
Yep.
okay? And I was next to, when you go to a concert and the artist enters from like the back area of the stage, I was near the front of the stage where like people were lined up and I was taking pictures with people.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it was like the station show.
Yeah, you were a celebrity, too.
Well, the station. Like if you come to a Q event, you get pictures with Brian and Lauren and everything. So, okay. I'm taking pictures. And the security guard walks all the way up to me. I didn't even think he was walking towards me. And he goes, if you don't cut your blank, we're throwing you out of here.
Cut your blank. What was...
Like curse word. Cut your S. Cut your S. We're throwing you out of here.
And it was your event.
But I didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
And I go, well, what do you mean? Like, what happened? And he goes, there is no pictures in the presence of Chance the Rapper. And I go, no one's taking a picture of him. They're taking pictures with me. We're facing the other way. And he goes, we don't care. We don't want phones out near him. I'm like, we was about to go on stage, and I think everyone's going to have their phone out.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, it was such a horrible experience. So, and I probably wasn't even aware. I'm not going to even put that on him. I have no idea if he was aware or not, but his team was so heinous. I'm like, oh my God, I hate you people.
Well, listen, he's from here. And somebody here might know if that's true or false or worked in his crew.
I don't know. Maybe he hired, like, in Florida when he went. Maybe he hired people there and it wasn't as normal.
You want to throw Florida under the bus, don't you?
Listen, it gets feisty there. I'm aware. I'm aware.
The distinguished state of Florida, you want to throw under a bus.
Maybe they wanted to move up to the A team, so they were being extra aggressive. I don't know. But it was, sometimes security is just like on such a power trip. Calm down.
Yeah, listen, to go the other side, to give people props, the people at the Metro, the security they have at the Metro at shows are unbelievable. And I'm sure someone will say there was a bad story somewhere along the way. But the people that work at the Metro, Joe Shanahan there, when you go to shows, no matter how rowdy it gets, because they have some of the rowdiest shows, they look out for everybody in the crowd. They pull people over. They're very cordial. And I've seen it happen many, many times where they give them a chance if they're being too drunk or an idiot or fighting or whatever. On the other side of it, that's a positive, good force in the Metro when you go to shows there. But there certainly are situations where security guards get too carried away, and just leave Brittany alone.
Leave Brittany alone.
That's our lesson. It's Q101, Brian and Kenzie.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Q101, Brian and Kenzie. We're just talking about security guards that get kind of taken too much on the power trip side. Like we're talking about the Britney Spears situation with the NBA player, and they kind of smacked Britney. She hit herself in the face with her own hand, allegedly. That's the story. But it reminded me of, Kenzie brought up a story about Chance the Rapper, where there was a bad situation backstage a little bit. He might not have known. I get that. There's no way to know.
It was definitely like aggressive security, and it was in a different state. So it could have been security for hire in that state. I don't know if it's its normal crew, so maybe they were just overzealous.
Yeah.
But they were horrible.
I think a lot of times they don't know, but this same situation, this happened at a show in Cicero where Metallica and Stone Temple Pilots played. This is, back, I think, 2004, 2005, somewhere in there. And so Stone Temple Pilots had just played on stage. And Metallica was next. Now, again, I've been backstage for Metallica. They're a crew that treats people so well. So I don't think they were involved with the security situation was going on. Metallica starts. The drummer, Eric Kretz of Stone Temple Pilots, starts to walk up to the stage, wanted to stay inside stage and watch Metallica.
Right.
And there was like 40 or 50 people on this side stage platform watching Metallica. He was the drummer of Stone Temple Pilots. He was just on stage performing.
Yes.
Security stopped him. He goes, sorry, man, no one side stage. And I was close enough to hear what was going on. I wasn't there. I was just, right about 20 feet away, but I could hear it. And he goes, oh, I just wanted to watch, a couple songs before we go back to our bus. He goes, no, man, sorry, no one comes on stage while Metallica's playing. And I wanted him to say, do you know who I am? I was just on stage. But he didn't do that. he kind of just shrugged and turned and walked back to his, the locker room area, whatever it was, the bus.
Yeah.
And I actually walked up to him and I go, I heard that whole thing. Why don't you just tell him you're in Stone Temple Pilots? I'm sure he'd let you up there. And he goes, it's not worth it. It's whatever. And he just kind of walked away sad.
Well, it's even more embarrassing if you're like, well, I was in the other band. And he's like, I don't know them. And then you're like, hey, we're great.
Yeah.
Damn it.
We just played, bro.
Because that's like an insult to injury. You'd rather walk away thinking, well, if he knew who I was, I'd be allowed to.
Yeah.
Versus saying,
I felt so bad for him. I
the
go,
last thing you want to hear is Metallica specified you couldn't come up here or something.
Yeah, we know who you are, bro. You're not
Your
allowed
picture's
in.
on the wall.
Yeah. Oh, I felt so bad for him. Gil, give us your headlines.
This is not headline news. Britney Spears claims she was assaulted by Victor Yambanwama's security team.
Gil, what are you doing? That was last week's report. Okay, give us this week's report, Gil, at least today's. Do that.
This is not headline news.
Thank you for restarting.
Jennifer Garner will be in Deadpool 3 as her Daredevil character Elektra. It's a thing that she and Ben Affleck did together, but she was way better at it. Also parenting. The U.S. destroyed our last stockpile of chemical weapons. Now the most dangerous chemicals we have are located in bottles of Mountain Dew Code Red. Today is National Pizza Day in Brazil. Brazilian pizza is just like U.S. pizza, except it's in the shape of a really great butt. And O.J. Simpson reportedly had to undergo an emergency surgery for a heart attack. It's not the first time he's been under a knife. He just wasn't holding it this time. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.